Hello, and thank you for joining in for Tuesday Talks on the Circle of Peaceful Progress. Our speaker this evening is Roop Lakhani. Her expertise is in helping people work on their strengths and raise their awareness. She uses several modalities: numerology, NLP, Vastu, life coaching, business card analysis, to name a few. This evening, Roop will tell us how we can use Graphology, that is Graphology, analyzing handwriting, along with radical affirmations to work on our emotions. A warm welcome to you, Roop. Over to you.
Thank you, Sayana. Thank you so much. And hello to all my friends, my viewers. I welcome you all here. So today I'm going to talk about graphical. The graphical, I have combined the graphology and Redikall. The graphology is a simple handwriting studies. It's the studies of all the strokes and formations, what we normally write. It helps you in revealing your emotional responses, your personality traits, your worries, your anger, your defenses, and your sensitivities. The same, what we identify in the handwriting, what is the solution once we find something negative or not been able to help ourselves with whatever is going on in our environment. That's where I use more of radical affirmations. The Redikall consciousness, thanks to Aatmn and all the team and all the masters and all the souls who have guided me to combine graphology with Redikall. Redikall helps in you raising your consciousness, managing your awareness to what you are and where you want to head to. It is a beautiful combination to use these two techniques for your better life. Now, all of you, just tell me, when you see someone at the first glance, your physical appearance of that person may sway you. You may get swayed by that physical appearance. So the physical appearance, as you know, can be deceptive or can be true, whatever way you have judged, right? It can be a combination of both. But the handwriting never lies. The best part is you can read a person's mind. So I call this handwriting as mind reading. Yeah, so mind writing. So when the mind is reading, it is reading the inner thoughts. It is reading or writing the inner thoughts to how we really feel inside us, which we don't have to pretend or mask to the outer world. So this mind requires to be tamed, or it requires to be handled or mindfully minded. Now we all have 3, 4 people lying inside us. And what are these? Those are our sub-personalities. So what is the sub-personality? One is a dreamer who wants to dream everything big, who wants to desire to have everything what they really want to have. Okay. And what about uh, the second person inside us is a critic. Means either we move forward progressively, consciously, unconsciously, everywhere, or sometimes being unaware, we sabotage our own selves. So that is our second personality, that is critic. So now who is this third personality? The action taker. Now who is the action taker? One who has to take the action. So sometimes we take so much actions that we keep doing some work and we don't achieve. Sometimes we keep doing all the actions, but we don't understand why we are not being able to reach our desired results. Sometimes we do it because of our inner emotional wounds that sabotages us not to reach to our desired goals. So that way we have 3 personalities inside us. Now all these 3 personalities are having their own role. Now we have to see that our dreamer is little bit not working, but our action person is taking up more. For that, we combine the graphology and the radical. Now, we all should be always having these two things after we become little bit matured and adult. And that is, we should know our own self, our own deeper thoughts and intentions to what we want to do and how we want to do, to our own self, to who has to know how to deal with the emotional responses. Because as soon as we are thrown into the outer world, we have to manage our relationship. And when we have to manage our relationship, there are many a time we become people pleaser person so that we have stronger connection, stronger bonding, stronger feeling of affection appreciated. But at times we don't know where to let it not be a people pleaser and just stay in certain boundaries. And that's where we realize that we have to know that what are we up to? Are we knowing what triggers we have? Are we knowing what uh, worries we have? Why are we getting angry? Why are we getting upset? Why can't we handle our difficulties in more better way, resilient way? Why can't we handle our helplessness and hopelessness feeling? Why can't we know that how we can love ourselves first and then we can love others also equally? So all these things can be known through handwriting. So let me share from my life. When I was in the college, I was having the right slants. It was going a bit on the right side. I was a very emotional person. I was a heart centric person. I was not knowing how to use my head in any relationship. I was a giver. I had to give my 100% to every relation, whoever I would love. People who know me and who loves me, they know that I've gone out of my way to make them feel comfortable, to give them that feeling of wherever they want, I'm there for them. Now, the same nature after I got married, I felt the same nature was not knowing the limits. I kept doing, kept doing, kept doing. I was physically getting exhausted. I was mentally getting exhausted. I was emotionally getting exhausted in my married life because I was in a joint family. I had a lot of works and all that. With that, it so happened that I had a lot of health issues and I was not knowing why all this is happening all of a sudden after my marriage only. Because before my marriage, I was never ever gone to the hospital or never became ill. Now, after a few years of my married life, there came this graphology and the healing in my life. And that's where I realized what was my nature. So we all should be aware of who we are at the bottom of our heart, where we what are our strengths and what are our weaknesses. So after doing this graphology, after getting into the radical line, I realized how to change the very, very emotional, sensitive nature to a bit less sensitive, less emotional nature. Because I would just cry, I would not be able to tell my problems to anyone. So I realized and I started using this expertise, this knowledge, this wisdom in my life. And I started helping for my health issue as well as changing my very, very emotional nature to little bit less. This has not only helped me, this has also helped few of my students. I was a private home tuition teacher and I had three, four different type of students who were dyslexia but in normal school, who were challenging students and who were a bit behavioral problematic students. Now all these type of children, they never wanted to study and prove themselves academically. So I tried correcting their handwriting and helped them to understand that what they will achieve by doing that. And I'm telling you, they all have got the best of the percentage. They all are doing very well in their life today. And the parents have really been connected to me saying that you were a wonderful teacher who has helped. my children, our children, to be on the right path. So it's very essential. There was one time one a businessman came with his wife. The wife said as soon as he comes at home, he starts getting irritated. He wants everything in the perfect place. He wants everything at a, you know, snap of the finger, all that. So he was a bit short tempered. And after knowing what exactly was the problem, I started correcting the handwriting as well as giving them radical. And he changed his nature. And today he's a very happy businessman who's enjoying the wife, family, and the relationship with each one. And he has forgotten his old nature. So tell me, where the uh, we get angry? There are so many places, right? We get irritated. We don't even know why we get irritated. Then we get frustrated. Then we get angry. Then there are times when certain relationship where there is no proper communication, understanding, there are conflicts, there would be some ego popping up, there would be some pride popping up, there would be some righteousness popping up, and you can't tolerate certain behavior of certain people and you would get angry. Then comes there are certain type of people who have some sort of a patterns or some sort of a damaging behavior on others. They don't even realize how they damage the other people and they love their loved ones and the loved ones feel affected. They get angry. We human beings are best with two mechanisms, either fight or flight. Either we have to get angry or either we have to suppress our anger. Then there are times we have lot of unfulfilled expectations from our loved ones. And if they are not met, we would get angry. There would be times when there is a mismatch in the expectation, then also we would get angry. Then many a times we want to communicate something, but the other person do not understand and they are not empathetic or they cannot understand what exactly how we want or we don't know how to communicate. So there are some communication gap or misunderstanding or even undelivered communication which can make you angry, upset. Then there are times when you are not heard, when you are not appreciated, when your work is not being seen and identified and people still taunt you and people nag you and criticize you. You feel very angry with those people, right? So anger has got lot many different vicious cycles. Anger, fear, guilt, worry, all are interconnected emotions. Anger, resentment, grudge, complaints, all are interrelated. Then comes uh, there comes sometimes the betrayal. Even if you don't want the other person to betray you, you can perceive betrayal. You feel they have not been able to keep up your trust and you feel then after little bit sad, upset, angry, all that. So anger has got so much connections with so many other emotions. And today we are going to see how you can read in graphology certain types of anger, upsetness, or grudge, resentment, and how you can handle those uh, emotions more peacefully with the radical statements. So, whenever there is a bit of, I would rather say, uh, when we write, I told you when we write with little bit right slant, we are more emotional, more expressive, more progressive. But the same emotional and expressive and all that can also cause problem when the other person is not been um, responding to how you want it. So many a time the same emotional is suffocating to others because you are too much wanting to shower love, protect them, you're concerned for them. Second thing, when you are writing with a heavy pressure, where even the prints on the next paper, you can really see as if they are been seen and read from the backside also of the paper. So such people are very aggressive, very assertive, and very much with high BP. Now they could be having certain health issue and they would get angry, or they don't know themselves and they would get angry. But you can make out from such heavy pressure handwriting that they are that type of people. Then whenever you are writing the I dot, if the I dot is not like a dot, but it's like a slash, and the slash is turning towards the eye, or slash is going upward, that means there is some irritation in your head which you are unable to express it. Then comes the T bar. The T, what we write, the lower capital T, you can write the bar simple like this. You can write in any fancy manner, in the curved manner. You can also write in the most rude manner, like drawing like this. Now, whenever you are drawing like this, there is some irritation in your head. So, even any slashing stroke on the T bar can tell you that the person is a bit irritated, angry. Okay. Then, whenever you are writing small m and small n, if you are taking the m from down, from the baseline, say be little down, and then writing, I want to show you. Okay. So if you can see this M, there is a baseline here, but you are writing straight from down. So these people are holding lot of resentments because it's like a pocket. This M is having like a pocket. So it is holding lot of grudge resentments in them. Now people who are grudgeful, resentful, they are definitely somewhere angry. Then comes um, then comes the Y and G. Now, if you are used to writing Y and G, the lower stroke like this straight, okay, then also the person is very angry. All right. Even when all your letters, even when all your letters are like this, which are more of pointed, then those people are very logical and analytical. Now, when some people are very logical and analytical, they cannot tolerate people who does not have logic and intelligence. So they analyze too much, they judge very fast, they get angry very fast. So people who have got more of pointed handwriting are also a bit angry. Then comes uh, this is D. Now this D slant is going more on the right side. Means all of a sudden you are writing everything straight, but D ka slant is going on the right side. That means there is something in their head, in their mental space, which is more an angry violence type. Then comes anywhere there are unwanted strokes on the baselines, okay, which is like a hook. Anywhere there are strokes, which are extra strokes of the letters, where there are hooks like this, then also the person is very angry. Sometimes the T, sometimes the T is written with a horizontal bar on it, which is not even touching the vertical stem. Such T bars sometimes even end with a hook. Can you see this hook? Can you see this now?
Yeah,
I've
that's a
doubled.
lot better. A lot better.
So
Thank you.
this T has a stroke which is going like very rude manner out. Okay. And this T, this T has a hook which is going downwards. Okay. So such strokes also show that there is some anger inside them. Now, whenever there is a beginning stroke, which is starting below the line, like many people write cursive, okay? And when they write cursive, okay, it can be like this, M-O-R-E I've written, okay? But the same thing, more has got this M which is going from down. So this is called as extra stroke. So when this is an extra stroke, definitely there is some sort of a extra burden, emotional baggage, some sort of resentment or grudge going on in that person's life. Sometimes the writings of now if you go to see, I've written also mechanical. Now all writings have got this pointed. Whenever you have this pointed, okay, it is more of anger in them. If the same thing was rounded on top or below, then it would be more of emotional person. But the same thing, if the same thing is like this, then it is more of pointed and analytical nature. Now, pointed analytical nature, logical people do have some sort of anger when people are not up to, yeah, to they are not finishing the work. Even certain perfectionist people, they want everything perfect. So what they do, they make sure that they are getting angry and getting their work. So all these and uh, many other way the emotions would definitely bother you. So now what you have to do to have the peace of mind, in the graphology we have figure 8 exercise. So if you can see this figure 8, can you see this figure 8? What I've done is I'm writing little double so you can see it well. This is called as figure 8 exercise. Can you see how I've written 8 in connection?
Yes.
Yeah. So whenever you have any angry thing in your mind, upset thing in your mind, what you can do is draw figure 8 in continuation like that for nearly 5-10 minutes. Okay. And how you will start feeling after this? You'll feel good. If you don't feel like writing figure 8, you can also do such round wave. Okay. And this round wave will help you to lessen your anger. Now, if we have to use the radical, how do we help ourselves? So I have made certain 9-step procedure. Okay. And I'm going to ask you to repeat after me. I'll give you a little break. Okay. So whatever your emotions, sometimes you are irritated, sometimes you are frustrated, sometimes you are upset, sometimes you are sad, sometimes you are mad, whatever. Sometimes you're feeling bad, whatever. Just say, I arfai my this feeling. यानी कि I arfai say my anger. So say I arfai my anger. Say it 5 times. I arfai my anger. I arfai my anger. I arfai my anger. I arfai my anger. Now, the second statement is, for every anger, there is a reason, right? And you don't know why you are getting angry. It's a good way to release your emotion with anger, but it can create a lot of damage on you as well as on others. So you will say the second sentence is, I arfai my need to express my anger. 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 Now, as I told you, there is always a reason for you to get angry, right? So we will say, I arfai my reason to behind this anger. I arfai my reason behind this anger. I arfai my reason behind this anger. I arify my reason behind this anger. I arify my reason behind this anger. You say it continuously for 5 minutes. Then, with every situation, there is always some brilliance in it. So you say, I arify the brilliance behind the anger. 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 Now, once you have said this set of statements, your mind will be wanting to change your state. When you are changing the state, then you decide what emotional state would you like to choose. So say you are choosing peace. So I R5 peace. I R5 peace. I R5 peace for myself. I R5 peace of my mind. I R5 peace. Then, because you were holding the anger within you, you say I R5 forgiving towards myself. 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 And because you had thrown anger, you had used the harsh tone, or you said it in the egoistic manner or prideful manner, you hurted someone. So you also forgive, you ask for forgiving from the others. So you say, I R5 forgiving from others. 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 Now, if you have to also ask for forgiving because you have hurted someone. So I R5 forgiving towards others. I R5 forgiving towards others. I R5 forgiving towards others. You can complete this and then you say I R5 love and I R5 love, peace and harmony for myself. Because all the time, whenever you are angry, there is no peace in your mind, there is no harmony in yourself. You are dividing yourself by saying you and me. You are dividing yourself. So keep saying I R5 love, peace and harmony for myself. I R5 love, peace and harmony for myself. After all this thing, the most important part is you have to love yourself. So just say that I love and accept myself fully and completely. I love and accept myself fully and completely. So I hope you all have got the understanding of what type of handwriting would you be writing, and what is figure 8 exercise which can give you the peace of mind. What are these rounded waves which can help you to be having peace of mind, and how you can use the radical statements to give you the peace of mind. This, whenever you are doing it, the remedy part of 8 number exercises or even saying the statement will not take more than 5 to 7 minutes, but you'll be able to have a resilient mind, a balanced emotional mind, which can help you to deal further on with all your emotional responses and reactivities, your triggers, your sensitivities. So I'm open for all the questions in case if you have any.
Ma'am, thanks for this wonderful session. Ma'am,
Welcome.
I listened all the R5 statements, but at the 8th statement, I need a clarification. I R5 forgiving towards
Myself, because you are holding the anger for yourself, so you've disturbed so many cells, so many inner blood pressure, all that, right? So first you forgive yourself,
Thank you, ma'am.
and second you forgive other people also towards whom you hold anger.
Okay.
Thank you so much. That was very well put together. Thank you for everything.
Thank you so much. Any more questions?
Ma'am, can I ask a question?
Please go ahead.
Ma'am, my daughter, when she writes, she mixes the cursive with the capital letters. So what does that signify when somebody is mixing both cursive as well as the capital while writing? And when she's writing a T, she doesn't want to give any stroke to the T. Leave it like that. So it looks like a L most of the time. So
Okay.
what kind of a personality, I mean, what is it inside it shows?
So first of all, there is not like how you are asking me. I have to see the sample of writing. One, because you are combining capital with cursive, we have to know why and where she is doing capital and cursive. Is it in one word, one capital letter is there, or she's combining half cursive and half capital in a sentence? So it's never a graphology, is never one word sample analysis, or how what I've explained you. We look overall, we study the sample of different time, different writing samples, and we also read. If it is written just 1, 2, 3 times, we ignore. If it is written all the time, then we have to figure it out. Most important, when you are writing cursive with capital, the capital is to draw your attention. Sometimes if you are writing, say, kind, okay, so you write K capital. So all has different understand. This is not a graphology class that I can give you the full understanding, because you can always do consultation, or you can ask me any other ways to show me first the sample, then I can give you. People who are writing a capital always, they also have to establish themselves. They want to show their personality to the world. Plus, they are quite reticent type people. They are wanting to tell you something which requires attention. You getting it? That's how all of a sudden from the cursive the thing comes up. But again, we can't do such way and fix it up. We have to see the many samples, and then only we can understand.
Yes, ma'am.
What was your second question?
I wanted
The
to know.
T one, right?
Yeah,
Which
the
looks
T.
like
Yeah.
L, right? Now T, when you don't have the, when you are, I'll just show. Can you see this, please? Yeah. So if you go to see this vertical car, it is nearly this horizontal bar is little bit above the middle portion. Okay. So the T horizontal bar talks about the confidence. Now, when you don't have the confidence, when you don't have a healthy self-esteem, you will be a bit angry or sensitive person, one of the two. Okay. So the horizontal bar suggests your confidence level and your self-esteem. What is the age of your daughter?
Ma'am, she's 12 years old.
Yeah. So she's trying to set her identity. She's becoming a teenager who wants to have her own independent views, right? Now she may be looking out for comparison. Oh, this person is so good. This person has this. This friend has this. So maybe at times they are trying to compare, and their confidence level is going down, and they're not being able to
Right.
put it on the paper. That, but again, as I told you, this one thing cannot explain and fix and conclude that this is how it is. We have to see a lot of samples.
Yeah, yeah. Ma'am, can I ask one more question?
Please go ahead.
Ma'am, you told us about the letters, the hook part, which is below the line, baseline. And what if somebody is writing above the baseline and not touching the baseline while writing?
So when you don't touch the baseline, like so suppose you are writing like this, you are saying, right? Okay, so you are very free-minded person and very strong-minded person. You want your own rules and regulation. You don't want to follow the rules and regulation of your family or set certain tradition for which your family wants you to behave. They are trying to be on their own.
Yes, ma'am. Got it. Thank you.
I
Any
think
more questions?
That was very well explained, Roop. You have
Thank
on the chat, there are some comments also. I kept looking at my handwriting. Thank you so much for this very personal experience sharing and your views and thoughts. I'm sure all of us have gained a lot and we've learned more about ourselves and how to work on our emotions.
True.
I guess we'll all be practicing number 8 and all the way we like. Yeah.
Yeah, I see. Whenever you all are stressed, whenever you have anger, upsetness, just do the 8 exercise. You will be feeling very peaceful.
Yeah. Thank you so much. And thank you all again for joining in. We meet
Thank
again
you.
tomorrow. Thank you, Roop.
Thank you, Saina. Thank you so
Thank
much
you,
for
Roop.
giving this
Thank you, Saina.
opportunity. Welcome.